Sabrina Carpenter has done it again, and this time the internet is in absolute chaos. Her brand new album Man's Best Friend has just dropped, and within hours it sparked one of the wildest waves of fan wars, critic debates, and rumor-fueled controversies we've seen in pop music this year. From a cemetery release party that had people screaming, disrespectful, to lyrics that fans swear are subtle jabs at her ex, actor Barry Keoghan, this era is shaping up to be her boldest, most divisive chapter yet. The question everyone's asking is, has Sabrina crossed a line, or has she just redefined what it means to turn heartbreak into art? Let's dive in. The drama began the very second Sabrina revealed the cover art for Man's Best Friend. Instead of excitement, she was hit with instant backlash, with critics accusing the image of being regressive and pandering to the so-called male gaze. Social media lit up with heated debates, as one corner of the internet labeled it tasteless, while another rushed to defend her, arguing that Sabrina has always leaned into satire, irony, and layered symbolism in her visuals. And true to form, Sabrina didn't let the noise slide. She clapped back in her signature cheeky way by dropping alternate covers, one of which came with the caption, "Approved by God," clearly mocking those who thought her artistic choices needed higher approval. In that moment, she made it clear she wasn't backing down. If anything, she was leaning in harder. Just when fans thought the storm had peaked, Sabrina threw gasoline on the fire with her unconventional album release party. Instead of a flashy Hollywood club or luxury venue, she hosted the event at none other than Hollywood Forever Cemetery, a move that instantly sent shockwaves through the fandom and beyond. While some accused her of being morbid or insensitive, others were quick to explain that this wasn't just some spooky graveyard stunt. It's a historic landmark where concerts, weddings, and iconic film screenings are regularly held. Sabrina explained that she often attends screenings there herself, and that the cemetery setting symbolized burying her last era while giving birth to a new one. She even leaned into the dark humor, joking about her recurring killing men theme in her music videos, making it clear that this was all part of her art. Love it or hate it, no one could look away. Of course, the part that fans couldn't stop obsessing over was whether the songs on this new album were about her very public breakup with actor Barry Keoghan. The pair started dating in late 2023, and their whirlwind romance captured headlines everywhere, especially when Barry starred in one of her music videos. By December 2024, though, rumors swirled that their relationship had fizzled out. When Sabrina released Manchild earlier this year, fans immediately speculated it was about him, but she quickly clarified it had been written before they broke up. Still, with the album's release, every lyric was put under a microscope, and fans were determined to find clues about what went wrong. The deeper fans dove into the tracklist, the more convinced they became that Barry's ghost lingered all over Man's Best Friend. Songs like Tears painted a picture of a partner who wasn't stepping up emotionally, while Willpower described a man who had once been obsessed with her but suddenly pulled away, leaving her confused and hurt. In Sugar Talking, she called out empty promises and sweet words that never matched real actions, while Nobody's Son told the story of a breakup conversation that left her reeling in loneliness. Whether or not she ever admits it, the parallels between the lyrics and her public split with Barry are hard to ignore, and fans have latched onto them as evidence of how much the breakup impacted her. But Sabrina didn't stop at subtle references. She also dropped a song that fans are calling her ex-roll call. In Go-Go Juice, she playfully sings about drunk-dialing past lovers, and the lyrics slyly name-check, or at least rhyme-check, 3 of her rumored exes: Shawn Mendes, John, Barry Keoghan, Larry, and Dylan O'Brien, villain. Fans immediately went wild over the speculation, debating whether this was confirmation of past flings or just clever wordplay meant to stir the pot. Either way, it worked, because the song instantly trended on TikTok and sent fanbases of all 3 men into overdrive. Sabrina knew exactly what she was doing, keeping her listeners on their toes while fueling the online conversation. If there was one song that really drove the knife in, though, it was Final Goodbye, with lyrics like, "Did you forget that it was you who said goodbye?" Sabrina made it clear that she hadn't walked away from the relationship, she was left behind. The track oozes finality, with her warning her ex not to circle back once the door was shut. It's powerful, heartbreaking, and brutally honest, and fans praised her for capturing the raw sting of being dumped while still coming out the other side with dignity. It's also sparked theories that Barry may have been the one to call things off, leaving Sabrina to process her feelings the only way she knows how, through her music. To make things even more explosive, Sabrina sat down with Gayle King for one of her first interviews of this new era, and Gayle wasted no time cutting to the chase. She asked directly about Barry Keoghan by name, shocking fans who couldn't believe she went there. Sabrina's response was diplomatic, but intriguing. She said she prefers listeners to imagine their own person in the songs rather than focusing on who was in her head when she wrote them. When Gayle pressed further, even suggesting Barry had faced backlash because of her last album, Sabrina corrected the record, reminding her that Short and Sweet was actually a love album, not a diss album, and that she never confirmed any song was about him. Her stance was clear. She writes her truth, but she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. The interview didn't stop there, though it quickly veered into awkward territory. Gayle stumbled over some facts, even referring to Short and Sweet as Sabrina's debut album, when in reality it was her sixth. Fans watching couldn't help but notice Sabrina's polite smile but less than enthusiastic body language, with some insisting her facial expressions revealed her true feelings about the conversation. It sparked another round of online debate. Was Sabrina simply being graceful in an uncomfortable moment, or was she subtly showing her frustration at being misunderstood? Either way, the interview became yet another talking point in the already chaotic rollout of Man's Best Friend. One of the most fascinating parts of this album release is just how divided fans have become. On one side, you have die-hard supporters calling Sabrina a lyrical genius for weaving her personal experiences into universal anthems of heartbreak and resilience. On the other, critics accuse her of exploiting drama and weaponizing her relationships for publicity. The fanbase is locked in constant debate, with Twitter threads dissecting every line and TikToks racking up millions of views analyzing supposed hidden meanings. This divide has only amplified the buzz, proving once again that controversy sells, but it also raises the question: how much of this is authentic expression, and how much is performance? It isn't just fans weighing in. Music critics and industry insiders have also chimed in, and their reactions are just as split. Some argue that Man's Best Friend cements Sabrina as one of the most daring pop storytellers of her generation, praising her willingness to blur the line between vulnerability and provocation. Others, however, see it as a gimmick-heavy attempt to keep her name in the headlines, pointing to the cemetery party and provocative lyrics as more spectacle than substance. Still, even the harshest critics admit one thing: Sabrina has everyone talking, and in today's attention economy, that might be the biggest win of all. Behind the glitz and chaos, there's growing speculation that this entire rollout has been a carefully crafted PR masterclass. From dropping the controversial cover art to hosting a headline-grabbing release party, Sabrina has managed to dominate cultural conversations week after week. Industry watchers suggest that she's playing the long game, keeping her name in circulation, ensuring viral moments, and making her music impossible to ignore. Whether intentional or not, the strategy has worked, with the album trending globally and Sabrina securing her spot as one of the most talked-about artists of 2025. But does this mean the art is taking a backseat to the spectacle, or is this just the new reality of pop stardom? Zooming out, Man's Best Friend isn't just an album, it's a cultural moment. It taps into themes of love, betrayal, self-discovery, and reinvention, but it's also become a mirror reflecting how celebrity culture operates today. Every lyric becomes a headline, every event a flashpoint, every interview a chance for speculation. For Sabrina, the line between artist and persona is thinner than ever, and she seems to know it. By embracing both the chaos and the beauty of her narrative, she's positioned herself not just as a singer, but as a pop culture disruptor who forces us to ask, what do we really want from our stars? Authenticity, drama, or a little bit of both? In the end, Sabrina Carpenter's Man's Best Friend has proven to be more than just another pop album. It's a phenomenon that sparked fierce debates, wild fan theories, and endless headlines. From the backlash over its cover art to the speculation about its lyrics, from the surreal Cemetery release party to the awkward Gayle King interview, every move she's made has kept people guessing. Whether you see it as authentic expression or masterful marketing, one thing's undeniable. Sabrina has everyone talking, and in Todd,